Okay. So far we have seen the usage of different parameters. This is like summary. Okay. Just to revise what we need to do. Okay. So these are the input values that you need to provide. Okay. So first one you see, it says number of neurons, right? So number of neurons in each hidden layer. Okay. And it can vary from 10 to 100 typically. Okay. Okay. Then you talk about activation function. Okay. So you have function like ReLU, hyperbolic tangent function, sigmoid, okay, leaky ReLU, soft plus, soft design, parametric ReLU, exponential linear unit, swish. Okay. So when you perform, right, you need to keep changing and see, okay, which um, which of these function, okay, gives you the best result, right? The optimizer itself. Okay, so by default it is stochastic gradient descent, but yeah, you can choose other version of it. Learning rate, right? Not too big, not too small. What happens if you give too small, or what happens if you give too big? Exploding gradient descent, right? Or diminishing gradient descent. If you give too small, after multiplying it becomes very, very small, right? So it has no significance. Exploding will also have problems. So what is learning rate? Learning rate is the rate at which it will be able to find the perfect gradient, right? Or your regression line. Sorry, the batch size, okay? In each run, how many rows it will take, right? And then epoch, okay? That's the number of time whole set will be passed. How many times you want to repeat that experiment. So these are the 6 parameters that you have to keep in mind. And this is one example, okay? I'm not going to do this. I want you to practice. Now, this is a code which will, what it has done is it has used all the optimizer. It has used all the activation function. It will take one by one and run it, okay? So for example, if you can set the parameters neurons as 10 to 100, activation from 0 to 9. 0 to 9 means this is the index. Okay, so we have defined activation function and 0 to 9. So there are 10 activation functions, right? Or 9 activation functions, right? If you go here, activation function 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This should also be in quotation. Okay, I missed this quotation. Then, okay, so these are the values, okay, and when you run it, it will take one by one. So this is like just to show you that you can create all the parameters and keep taking one by one value from the set and give you the result. Okay, so okay, so that is it. Okay, that is it about um, um, deep learning. So deep learning is using different technique. Okay, so how is deep learning different than machine learning? In machine learning, you have only one layer of processing. Okay, so you give input, you have some logic, whether it's decision tree or whether it is SVM or whatever logic it is, and then you get that output. But here we have multiple layers within. That's why it is more time consuming. It is more, it takes a lot of more power. Okay, so you need to have sometimes, when you have large data set, it may not work on your computer. You need GPUs to run this. Okay, so yes, so it is more complex. It is more. It takes more time, obviously. But again, there are some situations like if you have to deal with image processing or video processing, okay, you will have to use deep learning in your analysis. Okay, so that is it. So these are the factors that you need to do. Okay, you need to create these are layers, right? You're adding the layers. So this is how you add layers, and you can practice deep learning. So when you look at these presentations, there are okay. So what I'll do today, I'll give you the link from where you can access this, and there are some programs there if you're interested. Okay, you can practice. But as I said, your more focus should be to learn the machine learning. Okay, that is the key. Once you are comfortable with machine learning, that's when you should go to deep learning, right? So at less experienced level, they expect you to know more of machine learning concept than deep learning concept. Okay, so first focus on machine learning. Okay, just to tell you that there's something called as deep learning, and these are the factors that it has. Okay, and that's how they manage the deep learning stuff. Okay, so we are talking about NLP, right? Talking about how to manage or how to handle data which is in natural language, which is English, right? So if somebody has given you a comment in English, how do we analyze it? So we're going to talk about this particular uh, data which we have, and this is the reviews given to a online retailer based in Brazil. So this is a Brazilian company. So if you see the comments are in Portuguese. Okay. So it doesn't matter, right? Natural language, this is also natural language. So we will learn how to handle Portuguese data now. Okay. So as part of this, so let's say um, it's a um, online retailer, and it wants to know why customers are happy, why customers are giving good rating. Okay, and also wants to know why customers are getting negative rating, right? Okay, so if you know why you are doing good, you will be keep doing good, right? And if you know why you are doing bad, you will change it, right? You will change your plan and you will do something different, correct? So that's why we need to know. So here we have a data set, okay, and here you see you have review ID, order ID, right? Then you have review score. That means how much rating they have given. So obviously, when you see 5 and 4 and things like that, that means these customers are happy, correct? But when you see a rating 1, right? 1 or 2, right? That means customers are not happy. 3, we will treat it as, okay, 3, we will treat it as neutral. So generally, there are two types of natural language analysis that you'll have to do. One is where the sentiment is given somehow. Okay, so like for example, review sentiment is given. Okay, so when you see 4 and 5, it is positive sentiment. Okay, if it is 1 or 2, it is negative sentiment. So you know that. Okay, whatever comment it is written here. Okay, this is the comment, right? So you will have heading. Okay, so you have message. So this is your review score. Then you have review comment title. Okay, then you have review comment message. So if you go to Amazon, okay, and if you take any product for that matter, okay, you take, let's say you'll take this product. If you talk about this product here, you go to reviews here. Reviews slow ratings, okay, 24,000 ratings. So if you click on this, so you see this. So this is the rating 5, okay, and this is the your title. Okay, this is title, and this is the message comment which is given. So you have rating, title, and comment. So if you see this is 5-star, that means this rating will most probably what? It will be 100% it is positive only, isn't it? Okay, they're talking about positive message. Now, if it was 1-star, okay, then definitely this would have been a negative rating, that they did not like the product. Okay, now it could be multiple reasons. Negative rating you can give for multiple reasons. The product was defective, product was not good, customer service is bad. I got after, I was expecting to get in 5 days, I got after 50 days, whatever, right? So this could be because of product quality, it could be because of customer service, could be because of, the transportation. Various factors constitute, a customer rating. So these are your, okay, ratings. So similarly we have, okay, um, this this data that we have here. Okay, so this is your review comment title, okay, the heading, and this is your message, creation date, and review answer timestamp. Okay, when was review created, when was answered? Okay, so what we'll do for now, we'll try to understand, okay, why somebody likes your product but doesn't like your product. So we will filter out data on 5 and 1 rating, and we will see, okay, what are the common words which people use to rate 5, and what are the common words they use for giving 1 rating. Okay, so I'm going to take this and we'll go back to our pie chart now. So here I have the link, okay, and I will put that page number also so that uh, you can refer. Oh, it's there in that book, right? So what is the page number? Okay, I have not opened it. Okay, that's okay. So I'm going to say here NLP, natural language processing, and I'm talking about this is called what do we call this? Um, um, Analyzing review comment to understand, okay, why understand reasons for positive and negative ratings. Okay. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Now, to perform this, there is something called as, okay, um, uh, gram, bigram, trigram, okay, uh, okay, unigram. Okay, so like you have, okay, so we will use concepts like unigram, okay, bigram, trigram. What are these? Okay. Now, see, when you look at the natural language, right? Okay. So again, I'll take an example from this Amazon itself. So when I go to the rating, okay, okay, let me take this. So I have copying, okay, a sample rating in English, okay. So I'll just show you what all things we do. Okay. Now, if you take this as a rating here, okay. Now, all of these words are not important, right? All these words are not important. Okay. So we need to remove words which are not important. Okay. So you remove what is called as punctuation. You remove like stop over words. What is the words? Stop words are words which will not help you to know the reason why. So for example, I, okay, maybe, used, okay, cardboard may be useful. Okay, so you keep cardboard. As a, not useful, correct? So you'll remove as a, okay, okay, from, that, to, this, okay, these may not be useful, okay, her, okay, it, okay. So these are the things, okay, which may not be useful to you, right? It is also, okay, not useful to it, okay. Okay, so we are removing these words which are not useful. Okay, and then what we do, we look at each words. Unigram means one word. So if, let's say, if this is the final word that which I have come up with, then each word, like if you say the price, okay, so remove the also. So if you see here, you say price. Okay, so price is unigram. Okay, so by looking at it, we know, okay, price is one of the factors why people like. No, like because this is a 5 star. Now, if this was 1 star, then we know that people don't like because of price. Okay, now sometimes it will be, let's say, uh, difficult or bad. Okay, it could be bad here. Now, when you see bad, okay, and if you just look at the unigram, you'll get negative meaning, right? Oh, bad is giving us negative meaning. But if you do bigram means it will take two consecutive words. Okay, so it may be not bad, right? So if the comment is not bad, and if you read just unigram, it will look to you like bad. But if you do bigram, it will look as if, then oh, not bad. Okay, not bad is different than bad, isn't it? So it says not bad. So it's called bigram. You can have trigram. Trigram is where you're using three consecutive words together. Okay. So, okay, once we clean the data, okay, then we will use bigram, unigram, bigram, trigram to understand these words. Okay. So that's what we are going to do. Let's see this program. Okay, I'm going to remove this so that it doesn't become bigger. Okay, so let's see the different steps that are involved in cleaning or working with NLP. So first we'll talk about steps, okay, which are common to do any kind of NLP task. Okay, and then later we'll focus on trying to understand the reasons behind those ratings. Okay, so we will use, of course, pandas as PD. We will use matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. Okay, we will use okay. So we also need to use something which is okay. So for now, okay, let's have this. Okay, and if we need more, we will of course use it, right? So first thing first, we need to read the data. Okay, so I'm going to say df equal to pd dot read CSV, and you pass the link here. Done. Now, if you want to see the columns, you can say print, and we'll convert the output into list. I'm going to say df dot col columns. Now, when you run it, it might be okay. Same file, correct? So you can see the columns. And now we'll decide which columns are important and which are not important, right? Okay, so see, these are the columns that we saw. Review ID, order ID, review score, right? Now, if you look at this table, this data itself, okay, you have like review message is fine, but this review creation date and timestamp, these are your date type, correct? But so when you read it, it will read it as number or text. right? So we can convert this into date time. So how do you convert into date time? Okay. So with pandas to date time, we can convert, right? We have done before also, right? So what we'll do, so we'll say df, okay. We'll take these are the date, right? So I'm going to take this one. Okay. Okay. So for now, I'll just put this. Oops. Okay. Then you have review timestamp. Okay. Now, before, like, this has to be converted, right? So we will say here pd dot to, why pd is giving error? Okay. Okay, got it, right? Yeah. So similarly, we will we'll convert this also. Okay. So now these two columns are converted into date time column, right? Okay. So it got converted. But see, we may not be, we may not use it also, right? But that's okay. Okay. So for now, we have these, right? Now, what should we do next? Do you want to conduct some, if you want to conduct some visualization, we can do that. But let's focus on NLP, okay? Okay, and then or if you want to visual, okay. So anyway, our focus is on NLP, so we'll start doing NLP task for now. So okay, so see these texts, okay, if you look at your Portuguese text, so there's some text, okay, which is non-English words, right? If you look at, okay, let me go back to, okay, so it, see, so there are some characters, okay, which mean, like if you look at this E, so this E is not an English text, right? This is something different, okay? So first we have to convert all of these texts into Unicode text. We have to convert all of these into Unicode text, okay? So we'll do that. So for that purpose, we will use our Unicode, and also since we are working with NLP, we'll use NLTK. So NLTK is the library, import Unicode code data, and import your NLTK. NLTK, okay, is inbuilt library provided by Python, which will have some, you know, tools, okay. We spoke about removing punctuation mark, removing stop words, right? All those things will be done by NLTK. Okay, so we will see how to use them. Okay, so I think our data is now set. Okay, we need to start working, or start analyzing, or no, first we have to do, so okay, data pre-processing, okay, making data ready for analysis. Okay, so what are different steps that we need to perform? Okay, so the first step, okay, that we need to perform is, let's say we remove stop words. Okay, what are stop words? So stop words are those words which are not important, okay, which are not important, right? Which does not affect okay, which does not affect our um, analysis, right? So our analysis is to check the words why people like or give positive rating or negative rating, right? So we need to get rid of that. So what we'll do is, okay, we will create a set of stop words. Okay, so 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 we'll have okay, so we'll create stop words. So creating stop words. So okay, so I'm going to create stop words. Now remember, this is not English, right? This is Portuguese. Okay, so I'm going to create stop words from Portuguese. So you have here NLTK dot corpus dot, okay, stop words, okay, and dot words, okay, and you give the language in which you want it to use. So, okay, NLTK has support for multiple languages, okay, including Hindi, including Arabic, including, of course, European languages. So you have NLTK corpus.stopwords.words Portuguese. Now this is going to give me the stop words, right? Okay, so now I have all the stop words with me. Now, okay, so which data should we play with? Okay, we need to play with the review part, right? Okay, review comment message, right? Review comment message. This is the column that we need to work with. So what I'll do first, let's take this content only first. Okay, so I'm going to take data here, okay, call reviews, okay, or okay, so I'll say reviews equal to you have your df, okay, and see there are some, if you go back here, there are some values which does not have comment, right? Okay, so not like if you look at this one, okay, so this has rating 5, but this fellow did not give has not given comment, right? And it's not compulsory. You can give rating, but you can choose not to give content also. So when I go for this column alone, there will be some columns which will have null values. So I'm going to remove the null values, okay, so that I get only the data which has not null. So I'm going to say reviews equal to your df of, okay, df of, now df of reviews which are not null, right? So I'm going to say df of your review comment message, okay, dot not null, okay. So not null will give me not null, and I will copy this content, okay, to, so that it get copied to reviews. So now if you, okay, stop word will come later. Let's see this. So print reviews. Now this is just removing the null values. Okay, we have just taken the reviews which are not null. It has too big data, right? So it will take some time to give us the result. Okay, so while it is printing, yeah, okay. Did I, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so see, there are totally, if you see the last one also, it has about 99,999. right? But we got only 41,000 rows, right? So, okay. So what happened? Okay, I'll put it as DF so that we know that it's a DF. So what happened? Okay, more than half got removed, right? More than half got removed. Okay, so we have this data set. Now, uh, the text in Python are all case sensitive, correct? They are case sensitive. So if you want the word to be same, right? Somebody has written good in capital, somebody has written good in small. So Python will treat them separately, right? Differently. So what we need to do, okay, we need to convert all of them into one type of case, right? So that's why we will convert all of them into lowercase. Okay, we'll convert all of them into lowercase. So how do you do that? Okay, um, we'll convert all of them into lowercase. Okay, so I'm going to take reviews df, right? Because this is the new df that we need to use, and we'll take this one. So reviews df, review comment message. This is the this is the data. Okay, and now this data has to be converted to lowercase. With me, right? Now to convert into lowercase, okay, we will simply say here dot lower. Okay, okay, and we will assign this to this. Okay, now if you run it, it should get lowercase. But what I'll do is we'll create a function. Okay, we'll create a function where we'll perform multiple things. Okay, and it becomes easy to handle, right? So we will create a function. Okay, and not only lowercase, right? There are other things, right? We'll have to normalize it. You have to tokenize it. Okay, so a series. Okay, okay, this is taken as series. So what I'll do here, okay, I'm going to create, as I said, I'm going to create a, okay, write a function to perform, add a function to perform basic pre-processing steps. So I'll write a function here. Okay, I'm going to say uh, def basic pre-processing. Okay, and I'm going to take here, let's say content or whatever text. Okay, and I will first take the content. So if you take text only, okay, so we'll say text pre-processing, right? Text pp equal to your text dot lower, right? And we will print text dot lower here. Now, okay, and tomorrow we'll add more functions to it. For now, what I'll do, okay, I'm going to apply this function. Applying basic pre-processing. Okay, so I'll I will um I will take this message, okay, and this will be equal to, okay, um review comment message, okay, and instead of lower I'll say apply. Apply what? I'll apply this function pre-processing. So it's a way of saying, okay, take this and apply this processing. Okay, and this stopwatch also we'll put it as part of the pre-processing only. Okay, now let's run this and see. So I'm writing a function where it'll take the text, it'll apply the text to lower, okay, and just lowercase. And here I'm passing this entire review df to this function. So dot apply basic processing. So this will be taken here. Now you see, okay, so it's printing all the reviews here. Everything has been converted into lowercase. If you look at the original text, okay, there are some text here which are in capital, right? See, M is capital, right? S is capital. This is entire thing is capital. So everything will now be converted into lowercase. Okay, this is the first step that we have done. Now the second step, okay, is called removing accent. Okay, since now um, this is a non-English text. Okay, so see, non-English English text is easy to handle by our program. Okay, it's Unicode, but non-English text will have some specific, especially European, right? They'll have some extra words. So if you look at Spanish, French, Portuguese, they don't have 26 alphabets. They have more than 26 alphabets. Okay, so we need to handle what is called as accent. We need to remove the accent. Okay, so we need to remove the accent. So we will see here tomorrow how to remove accent. We'll see that. But see, the overall steps that we need to perform, I'm going to write it here. Okay. Okay. What steps generally we perform? Steps we generally perform with NLP data. Okay. So first, as I said, convert into lowercase. Okay. So that it all becomes same. Now we say decompose. Okay. Decompose. Okay. Non-Unicode to Unicode so that it becomes easy for us to handle. Okay. Then we say removing accent, right? This is what we're talking about. Removing accent is encode the content to ASCII values. Okay. So that it becomes easy for us to handle. Now, ASCII values, it's a American Standard Code. Okay. There's a code for every character. Okay. Now, only those texts can be read by computer. If you have a content which is not part of it, okay, then it will not be read. So by doing this, okay, we are removing or what you call as re-encoding to UTF-8. Okay. So we are converting into ASCII values which are not there in ASCII values. We are removing it. Okay. We don't want it. Then we need to create what is called as tokenization. Okay. What is tokenization? Tokenization. Tokenization is removing or converting your text, okay, into words. Because when you have to remove, right, we'll remove the words. So if you have an entire text as one, becomes very difficult. So tokenization will break sentence to words. So we'll have words. This is what we will do next. After doing tokenization, we will remove stop words, right? Stop words are non, these are non or not so important, not important. Okay, I'll say not important words for analysis, right? A and the, right? These are not important. So we'll remove those words so that we have less words. It becomes easier to handle. Now, stop words are also more, right? If you look at a paragraph, you'll have more a and the kind of thing. Okay. So they are taking a lot of space. They are taking, and each word we have to handle, correct? So if you have more words, it becomes more difficult to handle, correct? Okay. So we are doing this stop words because they don't give information that we need. unnecessary, it will take space. So we'll remove that. Then we perform what is called as limmatization. Okay, limmatization. What is limmatization? Okay, it transform into it takes a word and it will convert into word which is in dictionary. Okay, so this is done only on the English language. Okay, done only on English words. So in this case we will not do, but this will convert the words into dictionary words. Okay, so it will look at the matching words, and it will, let's say if there's a spelling mistake, small spelling mistake, it can correct. Otherwise, okay, it is not at all useful. Okay, then you have last step probably that we will do is we'll create into n-grams. Okay, so a set of one word which is called unigram, right? Two words which is bigram, then three words which is your trigram, right? So we'll create that and then we will evaluate. We will evaluate the data, okay, or okay, we will plot the graph, okay? Plot the graph based on the number of occurrences and evaluate, right? So these are the steps that we'll perform in NLP. Okay, so I told you all these steps we perform. Generally, removing accent decompose you will not do in non-English thing. Okay, if the data has all, so generally we do this decompose. Okay, sometimes when you transfer the data, right, there may be some characters that might get introduced which does not have a meaning. Sometimes you will see when you open some text file, you might see some junk characters, right, which might get introduced when you move from one format to another, when you move, say, CSV format to text file. Okay, so sometimes those characters can get into it. So we will generally remove decompose. So removing accent is again more of a non-English language only. Okay, so these are the words, these are the things that we will do. All right, so we'll stop here. Okay, tomorrow when we connect, we'll continue building our function here.